Hey everyone, Larry here, and welcome back to Haye to Review. And today I'm going to be talking to you about Batwoman Season 3, Episode 6. Thanks for watching, and if you are new here, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. So today's episode starts off with a random guy being found in honey, and then bees are starting to come out of his body. This particular scene was pretty funny because some random individual, I think it was like in the park, walked up and saw the body and then yells, "Hell no!" and then books it out of there. I'm glad that person didn't go and investigate it further. One thing that happened in this episode pretty early on is Sophie and Ryan get into an argument about what Ryan should do about Ryan's mom, Jada, because Sophie found out that, Ryan's mom is involved with what happened to her sister. So, a little trouble in paradise. Alice is talking to Mary about Poison Ivy 2.0. Something that I thought was pretty cool was that Alice says to Mary that you are Poison Ivy 2.0. Wow. I've been saying it from the jump. Like, Alice brings up the point about how Mary's downing a lot of water, how she has a poison ivy rash on her arm. Her clinic is turning into Jumanji. There's something about Mary. I've been saying it for so long. She's acting different. She had those lime green clothes, the hairstyle. What did she say last episode? It was like, you are in the garden of whatever. These are the seeds that you've wrought in the garden that you'll be buried in. Something like that. Some plant thing like that is what Mary said, but Alice is saying it as well. The Bat team brings back Chris, who was the honey guy, the guy who was in honey, to the clinic. He sees Mary, then starts yelling, "Get away! You did this to me!" There's something about Mary. Mary tells Ryan, Luke, and Alice that she is Poison Ivy, but doesn't remember. Mary then handcuffs herself in the Batcave, saying that she's a threat to everybody else. Luke and the gang begin to go through Mary's phone and see a dating app where I guess Mary had connected with Matt in the first place. They see that Matt is the honey guy again. They exchange some information, and Luke takes note that he called Mary sweet. So then Alice out of the blue goes, "So is that why you covered him in honey? I want to date Poison Ivy." Alice is great. Honestly, this season has really shown Alice as just a phenomenal character, which she always has been, but I'm so glad the dynamic has only gotten better without Kate and her dad being there. She's so integral in the story. Like, I love seeing Alice every episode, her commentary. Alice actually has a nice understanding of Mary's predicament and had an interesting conversation of her about not wanting her to be chained up, and talked about the terrible fates of everybody else who were the 2.0s of Batman's rogues gallery. Like, the people we've seen all season, not a lot of good things are happening to that group. So, in I think Alice's strange way, that was showing some kind of concern for Mary. Sophie starts torturing the guy who had froze her sister. Ryan won't tell Sophie what's going on because it involves her family. So Ryan has not disclosed why Jada was behind all this because of stuff with her brother, Marcus. Alice has really been dropping a lot of truth bombs this season with every single member of the team. But, something came up where Alice talks about how Ryan has blinders on when it does come to things involving her family, and that's something I appreciate, that Batwoman is a flawed character. Mary 2.0 awakens. We learn that sunlight is the trigger, and that was what Alice was waiting for to happen. It's like photosynthesis wakes her up. Batwoman returns to the cave and sees Luke on the floor and says, "Luke, did Alice do something with Mary?" "No, there's something about Mary." I don't know how many times I have to say that. Mary takes them all to a garden, and she starts using her vines to attack Montoya. Luke suits up his Batwing to go help Batwoman. Mary grabs Batwing and Batwoman with her vines and is like holding them like we typically see regular Poison Ivy style. Luke starts calling out for his dad and his tech. Mary 2.0 tells him that she took out his dad's AI and starts spitting back truths at Luke. Like how he said that he doesn't have PTSD, how she doesn't need a doctor, and then she says to him, "You don't need a daddy." Luke's got nothing to say with that one. That's hurtful. That's hurtful. Batwoman comes in and starts apologizing to Mary. And then Mary goes and says, like, "You don't ask how I am. You give more attention to someone who gave you away than your own teammate." And then Mary goes, "You've been wrapped up in your own drama. Time you get wrapped up in mine," and then wraps the vines around her. What a line! Like, oh my god. It's just so exciting. But near the end of the episode, Montoya and Sophie seem to, spend some time together. We'll see how Ryan feels about that. If she ever finds out in the next episode. It seemed like it was an impulsive reactionary thing, but what's happened is happened. It can't be undone, so let's see what happens. Ryan ends up calling Jada for help. And Alice and Mary team up, and honestly, their dynamic is interesting to me because it's kind of like a version of the animated series with Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. So Batwoman, as per usual, giving me exactly what I want in a CW/DC show. It's really, really good. I've been having a great time all season. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.